Alrighty. Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. We have a very interesting stream tonight. We got a ton of Pokemon cards that came into the mail. And so it's mostly bulk from Temporal Forces and then Twilight Masquerade. However, I've only skimmed through all the bulk. I haven't gone through each card individually, and what I was seeing thus far, I really just wanted to react to the cards that came in live so we could see them together. There's still some over there, so we'll get through this pile here first and then we'll start moving through them. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope everyone's summer has been going well. I know I've been a little bit absent making content here and there, but it's actually because I've been meeting up with friends from high school and from college and whatnot, seeing friends and also classmates too. A lot of people I've been so happy to see. And other than that, working on a lot of music projects. I'll see some new ones rolling out in the next couple of days, hopefully. And then, yeah, that's what I've been up to. I've been streaming here and there, but just not as much as before. I've been doing other things. Okay, so yeah, thanks so much for tuning in again. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's get to it. Let's get to the bulk. Alright, so these were from auctions that I won. One of them was like 4 booster box worth of Temporal Forces, and it was from a case that people were trying to make a master set of Temporal Forces, and then they just had all this bulk and, like, you know, extra cards, so they just listed it in an auction, and then yeah, we were lucky enough to have won it. And then the other stuff, that's from Twilight Masquerade, and then that also kind of same thing, bulk from, you know, trainers, energy cards, whatnot. Not energy cards, no. We don't do energy cards here. No energy cards. It's just a bunch of, you know, holofoils and whatnot like that. So there's some really nice foils in that set for decks, so that's why we also got some of that. Alrighty, let's crack into this pile. So again, there's a ton more down there, but we'll pull it out once we get rolling. Okay, so what I noticed at first glance with the Temporal Forces bulk that these people sent me, it's kept in a pristine condition, and I thank them for giving such a variety. So it looks like they originally had it in order, from set order, you know, like, you know, this first card and then, you know, stuff like that, but then fortunately got out of order when I was ruffling through them earlier. But let's start with this pile. This looks like it's a psychic pile, and we just have a ton of. I'll just go through the cards here, I guess. Like, you can't really see that, can you? Maybe if I scoot in, you know, I'll just hold up a noteworthy card every now and then. So right now, one thing to mention is just Reuniclus. So this card right here. Maybe I zoom in. Maybe I'll do that. I'll zoom in for this segment. Let me see how. There we go. I'll zoom in like that. Okay, we'll keep it like that. You don't need to see all the mess on my desk anyways. They're just looking at the cards. Okay, so that Reuniclus. This is a Pokemon card I really want to use in a deck. Because of its Summoning Gate. Summoning Gate, it will allow you to look at the top 8 cards of your deck, and you may put any number of Pokemon you find there. It doesn't say basic. No, you could use this with Stage 1, Stage 2, so it's a very interesting card if you're able to work around it. I think I'd use it for a substitute of the Lugia V. Once that gets... I'm still tinkering how I'm going to pull it off, but I think that's like a substitute for that. Next thing, it's a bunch of Meryl. So, again, I think these are in set number order, so you have Meryl, just a whole pile of Meryl. That's the next thing. A ton of Meryl. I think what I'll do is separate out the foils so I don't need... Okay, so there aren't any foils there. We do have some in Azumarill. This is a Azumarill. Trying to figure out where the camera is. There it is. Okay, Azumarill, and a bunch of copies of that, of course. The person who was selling the lot was opening a case of booster boxes, so There's going to be a ton of these. Okay, so Azumarill. It's like a pile of Azumarill just in my hand. Okay, now Girafarig. All of them are foil. I don't know if it's focusing or not. I hope it is. It says it's 30 frames per second. That's like, what? Not up to speed there, but it must be just the internet. Okay. Alrighty, so what else do we have? Oh, we have more Girafarig. Let's keep going. So it's a bunch of Girafarig. This time it's regular Girafarig. Still very cute. Still very cute. Keep forgetting where the camera is. It's right there. The camera on my device, it's right there. However, I'm not mirroring it this time, so when I move like that, it's kind of weird. It's like standing in a, one of those optical illusion things. Alrighty. Ton of Girafarig. Oh, more Girafarig, alright. Okay, so now we get to Latias, the next card in the set. I might just make a binder, of these cards in order if we have at least one copy of each of them. That would be cool. I did that with Silver Tempest. I didn't collect all of the EXs and whatnot, but I have all the regular cards from Silver Tempest. Okay, so that's the Latias. Not Latias, Latios. Get your mind out of the gutter. Okay, more just regular Latias. There we go. Next, Bronzor. Okay, so this is a card. It's evolution. It's a card that we'll talk about for a bit because I was watching this thing on Twitter if someone was using it in Pokemon TCG Live, and it was a pretty interesting deck. So we'll go over kind of what the gist of it was when we play TCG again. Those are foil. Now we have a ton of regular Bronzor. It's like you never see this many Bronzor in one place, honestly. Okay, what am I gonna do with these cards? Well, there's our neighbors next door. They really like Pokemon too, so maybe I'll drop some off to them. Some of these cards, because there's like copies and copies of each Pokemon in the set, so I want to put them to good use, either for decks or just giving them to people, Bronzong. Okay, so this is the one I was talking about. Its first attack. Maybe it's helpful if I get a copy for me to read off of and put one up here. Okay, so Bronzong. Evolution Jammer is that first thing. So during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any Pokemon from their hand to evolve their Pokemon. So what happened is someone built like this stall deck, and they used Brute Bonnet. They also used the Radiant Hisuian Sneasler, and they're just poisoning the active Pokemon on the opponent's side, and then using the Bronzong as the attacker. Using Evolution Jammer, they couldn't put anything down to evolve their Pokemon. The person was stuck up there with a Pidgey and a Charmander. They're getting damaged, and again, Pidgey only has 50 HP, so you wait a few turns. You also have the Hisuian Sneasler. That thing's ability will add more damage counters to anything that's poisoned. So, yeah, you just stop them from evolution, using anything to evolve, and then they're going to be stuck there with, like, less than 70 HP, It was a pretty interesting deck. We will build that in the future. Alright, Bronzong. More regular Bronzong. I was actually missing a playset of these, so now I have... I think this is more than a playset, but... yeah, I think we could make the deck now. We'll make the Bronzong deck. We'll make a variant of it, because I'm still missing I'm missing 4 Chansey from Pokemon Go. Not Pokemon Go. No, Pokemon 151. I'm still missing 3 of those Chansey that if you take it as a prize card, you take another prize card. I don't have those ones. I guess we could just substitute him with regular Chansey. I don't know. Write him in on an energy card for right now until we get him, I guess. Okay. Bronzong, that's finished. Solosis. Nothing to really talk about here, but a ton of Solosis. Alrighty. Regular Solosis. Now, Duosian. Yeah, the cards were in order. Okay, Reuniclus, 2 foil Reuniclus as well. We already talked about the Reuniclus, so let's move on into the next file. Put these back here. Are they safe on that? I don't know. Oh, well. Okay. We have 3 piles here. Let me move them into frame. I don't know why it isn't in frame. It's as if there's like a black. It's not full screen. I didn't know why it's not full screen. I didn't know what this button does, and I'm not going to hit it. Usually I'd be streaming full screen, but for some reason it put 2 black bars around this thing, so I didn't know what's going on there. I'm not going to touch anything because it might just accidentally kick me out of the server. Okay, so next pile. We have 3 of them here. You can't see them because they're off camera, but please just trust me. This one, we have a pile that has like grass, psychic, and water Pokemon. We have a pile that has fighting, ground, and rock ones. Well, they're all fighting in the TCG, you know. And we have water and some normal here. So 3 things: eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by its toe. If they hollers, let them go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Looks like we're gonna go into the colossal pile here that had a bunch of fighting Pokemon. It looks like. Okay, let's go through this thing again. Pokédex order, so I'll just call out anything like deck worthy or like interesting art. Okay, so first off is actually the Colossal. So this Colossal card, put it over here. So its first attack, Gatling Tar. You could keep adding fire energy to it. Is my mic volume turned down? It could be. Thank you so much for tuning in, Tricky Time Tree. It might be because of last time that we are having these same problems. Let me check it. My bad, sorry about that. Probably couldn't hear the first half of this stream. We're only like 11 minutes in, so that's not too bad. Thank you though for letting me know. Blew up my own volume. Oh my. Maybe a combination of both. Let me check because I think we had this problem last time. Oh my goodness. I should do a sound check again, but I didn't want to cause an echo. We always do sound checks and they always cause echoes. Oh my goodness. There wasn't anything that major yet. You just went through a bunch of psychic. This is just all like bulk Pokemon cards. You're not gonna pull out anything crazy here. It's no like, you know, Moonbreon or anything like that. Unfortunately, it's still cool cards though. Let me figure out why this thing isn't letting me go to the stream manager on here. Is it because I'm not logged in? Maybe that's why. It's just not letting me go into the stream manager. It's letting me watch my stuff. Yeah, it's just, wait, I'm gonna do a sound check. I'm gonna have to do a sound check on here, even though it's not cooperating. Usually it lets me go to the stream manager. I don't know why it's not doing it this time. Oh, okay, I think we're okay, I think the volume is fixed now. Okay, sorry about that everyone. That was like 5 minutes of something really off topic, but thank you Turkey Time Tree for letting me know about that. Hope you're doing well. Long time no see. Oh, alrighty, yeah. All good, all good. Alright. Gatling Tar, again, you do 80 more damage for each fire energy attached. I know there's that Infernape that was just released, where you, attach a fighting and a fire energy to one of your Pokemon. Well, this thing will actually, I'm gonna try it in the next set, the Stellar, what's it called? Stellar Rain or something like that, where they have all the Stellar type Pokemon. There's there's not a ton of things in there that would go with the Colossal. However, there is that one Lapras card that you search the top 20 cards of your deck, and then if you find any energy there, you just attach all that energy in any way you would like to your Pokemon. So I'm thinking of plopping this thing in a deck like that, and we're getting like a ton of fire energy on it, and then we're just gonna blast anything that moves basically with it. Alright, Great Tusk. The other Great Tusk, here's the other Great Tusk that is worth mentioning. This Great Tusk was in a mill deck, an ancient mill deck, because of its first attack there. Land Collapse. You could mill 4 cards each turn as long as you play an ancient supporter during that turn. So you would need to use like the Professor Sada or Explorer's Guidance, and then you would need to bring back those cards into your hand, of course, or through your deck. So a lot of Pokegear, a lot of maybe a Tatsugiri would help you with that too. So very interesting. We could I don't know if it's we'll try building it online and see how it goes. That's what we're going to do. Alrighty. Next thing is also an ancient Pokemon. This is Sandy Shocks, and this is used in some decks. Usually Raging Bolt and Teal Mask Ogre Pontiac sometimes uses this because you need this like single prizer in there, and it does 90 damage. It looks like for 3 or more energy in play. So 1 energy to use that top attack. If you have 3 or more energy in play, you do 90 for 1. Not bad if you're in a tight situation. And it's also again a single prizer, so the opponent only takes 1 prize. Or no prizes if you have legacy energy attached. Alright, a ton of those. Oh, we actually have something shiny here. Very nice. We have Iron Boulder. So someone at the card store that I go to for actually playing matches with people. Iron Boulder. We have, I think, 2 copies of it. It's an EX card. Very nice. I haven't collected any of these myself, so very nice to finally get some. We'll put these in like a special pile so I don't forget to, sleeve them later. Alright, Ekans and Arbok. The Arbok is pretty interesting. I don't know if I'll ever see any play though. There's probably a deck someone made out there with this Arbok. I wouldn't blame him because it's a really nifty first attack. We'll get to it as soon as I get out of Ekans City. These are all Ekans cards. So that's a ton of Ekans. It's a very small pile, but it's all the same Pokemon. That's a ton of Ekans. Okay, Arbok. Arbok has this first attack for 1 dark energy that you could burn, confuse, and poison the opponent. So that's pretty interesting there. I wonder if there's a deck again using it because a ton of poison decks recently. You also have that poison jungle thing in the same set, so very nice to see a bunch of status conditions being used. I guess what I'm saying is cool poison. Give me some of that, No, don't give me any poison, please. Don't do that. That's me. Alrighty, Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar. They're also in this set. There's just foils of them, and then Haunter. We're gonna go through that really quickly. More Ghastly. Haunter. The Haunter looks pretty cool. It looks like someone got him with a flashlight. I like the art there. He's got caught in the act of doing something nefarious or just hanging around town late at night, and then someone's like, hey, what's that, I heard a noise. We need to call the Ghostbusters. Okay, more Haunter. Oh, 1 copy of Gengar EX. Very cool. We got a single copy of Gengar EX in here. Very nice. Someone was building a deck using the Plusle, Minun, and this Gengar because you get to attach all of these damage counters onto your opponent whenever they attach an energy to one of their Pokemon. So, pretty cool. You also combine it with Monkey Dory too if you have some dark energy in play. Again, Gengar is a dark Pokemon in this set, so you have some dark energy floating around. Attach one to Monkey Dory. They get damage with it from a Frostlass or something like that. Like that Frostlass that has the freezing shroud ability. You just wait until you have enough there, and then you place those damage counters onto your opponent. Okay, Poochyena, a cute Pokemon. Hyena, fox, dog. No, not a fox. Mostly like a wolf, I'm guessing. Or a hyena, an actual hyena. Doesn't look like a real-life hyena, though. Here's Mightyena. I actually haven't gotten a Mightyena card from this set when I was opening booster packs. With a ton of foils in it, too. Alrighty. The artwork kind of reminds me of those old, like, wildlife paintings. Looks like a vintage artwork on there. I like that. Very interesting. I don't know if it's actually picking... Oh, nice, it is. Perfect. Thank you so much, camera, on my phone, for actually working. I'm using the light of the surroundings to actually make that card look as good as it does in real life. Sableye. I'm still waiting for a really fun Sableye card that is similar to Lost Mine. I really want to play another fun Sableye. 2 foils of Sableye. We have more foils of Sableye coming up. No, just regular ones. Oh my goodness. We have something here. Look at this. This is Fair Giraffe EX. Has a very interesting... I don't even know how to say it. Fairy Giraffe. It's not Fairy Gareth. Someone at one of the tournaments kept saying Fairy Gareth. No, it's Fairy Giraffe, because it's giraffe rig backwards, so Fairy Giraffe. It's not... Wait, is it? No, it's not Fairy Giraffe backwards. It's not that. Please don't listen to me about this Pokemon. I know nothing about giraffes. I really don't. Okay, anyways, Armor Tail is its ability. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from basic Pokemon EX. And then Dirty Beam is Psychic, and then 2 colorless. You do 160 to the active, and then a measly 30 to something onto the bench. Okay, we have 2 copies of that. Very nice. We'll see if something happens with those. You know, in a deck, if something crazy releases in a new set or something. Oh my goodness, look at my hand. Look at this. Because they got all the single Roaring Moon foils, probably, you know, like in this whole box, and then they just said, oh, you always run into Roaring Moon, we'll just dump it in the bulk. I always see a ton of Roaring Moon too. It's not the famous Roaring Moon, you know. I don't think they include any of those, and I understand why, because that's a good card for decks, especially online. But yeah, that's a ton of Roaring Moon. Vengeance Fletchling. So this is another ancient box Pokemon that you would use. The first attack for 2 dark, it's semi plus 10 more damage for each of those ancient trainer cards, or actually just regular ancient cards in your discard pile. So you need to play Pokestop, you need to play those Explorer's Guidance, you need to play some Ultra Ball when you're using a Roaring Moon deck. Very interesting. And Dark Patch, of course. You need to power these things up as soon as possible, ASAP. They're all holofoil. I haven't seen any full ones in here. Alright, Fortress. Looks like we got to the Steel-type Pokemon. Here's a Fortress. There we go. We're still not halfway through these. Oh man. I gotta pick up the pace. I'm rambling about random Pokemon that just so happen to be in this set. Not focusing on like the interesting ones at all. What if this whole set had all 1,025 Pokemon in here? I rambled on about each one of them. Oh man. Okay, Mawile. Mawile is pretty cute. I've been trying to do something with the Lost Origin Mawile, the one that it does 90 damage your next turn and they can't retreat. So that's a fun card to kind of consider in some of these situations. Maybe in Festival Grounds deck, I could use that. To increase the Diplin, you know, you switch out the Mawile using a switch card or something like that. You just go Diplin in front, and then you do the wave. 100 plus the 90, 190. You're doing 380. Yeah, 380. Because you know, if you have the Festival Grounds on, you get to attack twice with the Diplin in that deck. Not this Mawile, but the one from Lost Origin. That's the one I'm talking about. That's the one I'm talking about with it. I don't know if you would run this with anything, honestly. Okay, a ton of them. No foil Mawile. Interesting. Just a bunch of regular ones. Okay, Beldum. We don't need to really talk about. We need to talk about its evolution, though. Metang. Here's the Metang. A ton of Metang. I'm so happy about that. Get to make more Steel-type decks. I love Steel Pokemon. Alright, so Metang here has that very nifty ability, Metal Maker. So Metal Maker lets you look at the top 4 cards, and if you find any basic energy there, you just attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. So it's kind of like those, what is it, electric generator or something, where you fail those each time. Well, at least with Metal Maker, it's an ability, and you're looking at the top 4 instead of the top 2-ish, I think. That was the electric generator. You know what, Steel-type Pokemon, I hope they buff Steel Pokemon in the future. I love Steel Pokemon. Give me another Dialga card. We need more Dialga. Pokemon Diamond is really cool. I do admit, though, I did get Pokemon Shiny Pearl because of the version exclusives, but do you know what? Me and Dialga, I love Dialga. Alrighty. Metagross, nothing about Metagross in particular. Metang is actually a cooler card, in my opinion, than this Metagross in the set. We could show it because the art is pretty amazing, as usual with Metagross cards. Very cool looking stuff there. I love Metagross art. Okay. And Meltan. Don't need to talk about that. More Meltan. Okay, and we're back at the fighting Pokemon. It looks like it's just Colossal. Now we're back at the Colossal stuff. Carkol. This Pokemon. Are these by the same artist? No, I thought they were. My bad. Okay, and one of the favorite crocs in the Pokemon, or I should say alligator / crocodile, because you know they're two different things here. But there's a Totodile for all the Johto fans. I do have a Totodile deck actually, and it does have Skeledirge in it, so it's kind of like a Gator Croc deck. I'll play it on stream one of these days when we go back and do Pokemon TCG in the future. I'll play that deck. I call it double Crocs, but you know one of them is an alligator. So the zoologist in me just cringed. I'm studying biology. Should have put gators and crocs, not double crocs. So it's not a crocodile. It's for alligator. It's an alligator. It's literally in the name. What was I doing when I was making that? Okay, let's crack open the grass pile that was sitting here, and when I took it off, it just revealed a Yamper. So now, congratulations, Electric Corgi. Now you're a grass type. Okay, it's just Roselia and Roserade. Nice artwork as usual on these two. I remember every team tried to have a Roserade back in Gen 4. I remember I was like, how do I need to find what kind of stone do I need to find to evolve this thing? And then I caught a Badoo, and I actually used it when I was playing through Pokemon Platinum back in elementary school. And yeah, it just turned into Roselia, and I couldn't figure out how to get it to the Roserade. I knew the item that it needed, I just couldn't ever find one in the game, or I must have I was just silly back then, and I didn't really know much stuff about Pokemon. There's the Roserade. There's the Roserade right there. There you go. I don't know if it focused. Okay, I'm just gonna. Yeah, this is getting crowded. I'm gonna start. Need to move this stuff around. Okay, that's all done. Turtwig, another cute Pokemon. 3-foil Turtwig. We have some cute Turtwig. Groudle! I love Groudle in Pokemon Legends Arceus. There's this little secret cove in the Crimson Marlins, if I believe. I haven't played that game in a year, so my memory's kind of faded about all the areas in that game. But there's this whole secret area, like a cove in the forest, and then you go there and there's Groudle. You feed them. That's one of my favorite things to do in that game. Just feed the Pokemon in the wild, not even catch or battle them. Just feed them, and make a nature photography thing going on. At the same time. These are foils. Ton of Groudle. Oh shoot! This next pile, I saw these earlier. Didn't realize. Okay, so all of these are Torterra EX. A ton of Torterra EXs. Pretty cool. I love grass Pokemon. I like how they're making the comeback. The Centflora. Yeah, you show those Charizard decks that you could do with a ×2 weakness attack onto them. Torterra. I actually have one of these. Now I'll have 6 of them. I'll have a whole team of Torterra. Look at that. It's epic. Alright, put those over there. Gonna make sure we sleeve them later. Alright, Shaman. 2 foil Shaman. And we also have regular Shaman too. Very cool. If I ever do a living dex of Pokemon, 1,025 of them as cards, that's a good thing they reprinted a Shaman. I would have had to look for one. I know sometimes they don't really print those mythicals. When it's early on in the era, but right now the Scarlet and Violet era is kind of like on its way out, so they're starting to reprint all of those mythical and event-oriented Pokemon. Let me fix my hair. What's going on with it? Okay. Cottonee. Whimsicott. It's a holofoil, but then not many people are using it, if at all. It's a cool, shiny Whimsicott card. Whimsicott in the VGC, that thing dominates. Like, Whimsicott has Prankster, and then you're able to do Tailwind, you're able to do all these other cool shenanigans with it. We have Deerling from Unova. They're coming, folks. There's going to be a Unova remake soon. I don't know why they haven't announced it yet, but I know it's on the way. Okay, we now have Yamper and Shiftry. Okay, Shiftry kind of has an interesting first attack. You're choosing 3 of the opponent's bench Pokemon, and you choose those 3, and then the other 2 go away into their deck, which is kind of interesting. And then Energy Loop. There was a card, I forgot what it was, but then you're going to be using a double turbo, and then you're just going to be doing Energy Loop for 120 each time. And I forgot what else is there. It was with that new stadium. There's like this weird tree stadium. It's supposed to be a forest of giant plants. People were saying like, oh, you could use Meowscarada. You could use that Shiftry. I need to read up on that. I forgot what else they were saying in that article. But we do have a cute doggo Pokemon again. We have Yamper. Yamper from Galar. I still haven't finished that game. I need to finish Pokemon Sword. I need to look for it. Okay. And then we also have Zeraora. This is the other card that was there. Zeraora is one of my favorite Pokemon. Hopefully they make more merch of Zeraora. I need to rep my electric, like, cool fighting electric superhero cat thingy. Is it a tiger? Is Zeraora a tiger? I need to look it up, what type of feline it is. Yamper. More Yamper. Okay, Bolton is the evolved form of Yamper. It turns into a Dachshund, even though that doesn't look like a Dachshund. I didn't know what type of dog Bolton is. There's actually a Dachshund Pokemon now, so. Alright. Okay. And that goes over there. Oh, more Totodile. Very nice. There's now Croconaw. Okay. We got into the water types now, I see. Alrighty, Croconaw. And then a ton of Feraligatr. Oh, let me show this. Okay. Ton of Feraligatr. All of these are Feraligatr. All of them are Feraligatr. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, so many Feraligatr. Okay, so Feraligatr has this one ability called Torrential Heart. You put 5 damage counters onto Feraligatr, and then its attacks do 120 damage more. And you also have Giant Wave. You can't use it on the next turn. However, you do 160. If you add the 120, of course, you get to 280. You could even boost the damage further by using like Skeledirge's EX ability, where you discard a fire and then you do 60 more damage, and you're able to knock out most things in the game by doing that. Alrighty, let me put all of these in the full pile. There we go. Carvanha, and we go back to Rheaniclus, our old friend Rheaniclus. It looks like we got into the Psychic Pokemon again. Yeah. Oops, those almost fell, and I would have been very sad because I had to play not only 52 pickup, but it looks like about 100 pickup, not just 52 pickup. Okay, Croconaw, LGM. Oh, I love LGM and Behem. I want to catch more of these in the games. I love spooky looking Pokemon, and of course these ones are based off of like Little Green Men and then Bug Eye Monster. And look how adorable this thing is. I love that. And then, of course, you have its evolution. We put these ones. Foil pile. I think these are all, yep, LGM. Okay, Behem. Behem's kind of creepier, but you know what? Beham's pretty cute too in its own way. There's that one episode in the anime, I think, they get mind controlled by a Behem, you know, like, imagine there's that Malamar that was trying to take over the world and it teams up with all the Behem. That would be interesting. It has Cosmic Beatdown. It does 20 damage for each of your Pokemon in play. So 20 times 6, so that's gonna be 120. That's for 1 energy. That's, you know what, that's interesting. Okay, that could have been this was used for sure in the pre-release if it was pulled. I could see it being used in pre-release. Probably not in any deck, but you know, who knows? Who knows? There might be a person running Behem. Hopefully they do make a Behem EX or a playable Behem. Okay, now the next set of cards. It looks like it's all Cutiefly and Ribombee. So here's the Cutiefly. We'll talk about the Ribombee in a little bit. That's Cutiefly. We're basically going through every card in this set. It's like all the Temporal Forces cards. Okay, Ribombee's attack is called Plentiful Pollen, and during your next turn, if the defending Pokemon is knocked out, you take 2 more prize cards. So you could actually stack this using the, what's it now, the Crobat. Yeah, the Crobat that lets you take 1 more prize card, or you could also use, oh my goodness, Iron Hands. Iron Hands with this, you know, you have Amp You Very Much. It's interesting to play around with. I'd want to see what people actually come up with the Ribombee. I haven't been able to make it work on live, so I need to study up more on this card. So luckily I have like 10 of them now to mess around with and try out in random decks. Alrighty, we have Screamtail. The other Screamtail from the previous set is actually used in Gardevoir, not this one, unfortunately. Great, keep going. Bolton again. Wugtrio EX. I have another version of this EX card. I don't have it with me right now, but it's somewhere. I need to go find it. I love Wugtrio. I like the Wugtrio mill from Scarlet and Violet base. I'm still trying to work on that to see how I could get it to actually function as a good mill deck. You also have Wishcash, and then of course we talked about the Great Tusk. That's a nice one too. We have regular Iron Hands too here. We need the Amp You Very Much Iron Hands. I almost bought one at a card fair for like $11, but I was like, no, I'm already spending $22 on other stuff, so I'm gonna save a little bit of money. We have Iron Thorns, a ginormous amount of Iron Thorns, a ton of thorns that are made out of iron. This is the Tyranitar from the future. And you know what? In the video game in Scarlet and Violet, this is one of the cutest Pokemon ever. It has like the, you know, like a, what are those called? Like, not digital. Yeah, I guess digitized. Do you know those glasses that have like the emoticons on them? That's what it reminds me of. Kind of reminds me of like a Protogen, or like, I don't know, like a Tron thing or a Terminator thing, but like a cute little like Mecha Godzilla. I really love Iron Thorn. Such a cute Pokemon. Iron Thorns EX is, of course, one of those decks you would play to mess with people if you want to be mean. You just like card games? Yeah, I love Uno and I love Pokemon. That's all you basically need, you know? Uno, Pokemon, I want to learn Magic one of these days. Magic the Gathering just looks like a ton of fun, and I feel like I'm missing out, so I hope to learn it one of these days soon. Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime. That's a whole pile of Mr. Mime now. Get to our Marill. We talked about Marill, then Sharpedo. We talk about Sharpedo. Sharpedo's like a mill too. It's like the, what's it now called? The oh my goodness, why are all of these Scovillain? It's like Scovillain, but you discard per coin flip, not automatically. Alrighty, Mr. Mime time is over. I'm putting those in a pile. Oh, it looks like the chat froze, because I'm seeing more messages on the dock that I'm not seeing on the actual chat. Let me. Okay. I'll just read off any new ones, I guess. There's one that popped up recently. It's just not showing up for whatever reason on the screen. Okay, Sharpedo. Oh, there's Keldeo. Playset of Keldeo. Okay. Alrighty. It's the fourth Musketeer out of the three Musketeers. That's a nice Pokemon. It's very interesting. I think the Resolute form of Keldeo has like two forms, and the Resolute form was like a big thing in the competitive side for a little bit. I have a foil Wiglet. Put that away. Don't need to talk about that one. Unless it's there's a funny Wiglet card. I don't know if we got it in here or not. Okay, Frostmoth and this is adorable Pokemon. This is Snom. We have a few Snom in here, and then we also have Frostmoth. Of course we do. Can't forget the evolution. Frostmoth is interesting. I saw it play on TCG Live on the app recently because of its attack, Freezing Chill. For 2 water energy, you do 100 damage, and the defending Pokemon can't attack. So, very interesting, locking him up like that, you know? Alright, more Keldeo, and yeah, that's it for that pile. We still have a ton to go, and it's 1 hour till midnight, so I'm gonna go through, I guess, a speed round here. We already talked about these ones. Again, I accidentally put them out of order. We're still in the temporal forces phase of this. We'll go into the Twilight Masquerade soon once we finish. Some Wiglet. Mostly cards we've talked about. Snom, more Snom. Can't leave home without Snom. Look at all these Snom. I can take a Snom card with me my last semester of college. Keep it in my folder or my binder because I have a ton of these. Use them as bookmarks. We could use Snom bookmarks. Why isn't Pokemon Company making little Snom figurines or, Snom paperweights and all these things? We need Snom. Oh my goodness. Alright. They make a Snom EX. That's gonna be interesting. Let's just say that. Okay. Wiglet. It's gonna have a funny Wiglet card in here. No, there isn't. It must be from a different set. Oh. They almost all just fell. 2 giant piles of cards on my desk. They almost fell. Okay, Finizen. Finizen, the Palafin deck on TCG Live. Don't use it. It just freezes the game. I think it's still bugged, so I haven't even tried it. It looks fun. Just don't like face a TM Devo because it's horrible. I locked up a Palafin EX player by using a TM Devo. They couldn't do anything during the game. So yeah, I don't want to play Palafin EX right now because again on live it just glitches the app, and then in real life I don't want to get TM Devo'd by someone else, and unfortunately I'll get locked out for the rest of the game. The match can't do anything once they TM Devo. Why does my hair look like I have like a helmet and then I'm wearing like one of those, looks like, I don't know, bandana or something. Shadowy bandana. Might be just the lighting in my room. We have a ton of Iron Valiant. Ton of them. A whole pile of them. Handful of Iron Valiant. This is Gardevoir and Gallade basically meshed together. Looks like Hatsune Miku, who's like a Jedi because it has like this laser sword thing. It has like this weird laser sword thing. I think it's one of the coolest Pokemon they've designed. Oh, hi Benny Bearcat. Thanks so much for tuning in. How have you been? Hope your summer's been going well. Oh yes, and now we have Iron Crown. This is a good card for Iron Thorns if you're playing a future box because you're just able to you're able to just put these onto the bench and then you use their ability to just add like 20 damage to all of your future Pokemon. It really helps with the Iron Hands when you have that attack amp you very much. It usually only does 120, but that and now if you put Iron Crown on your bench here, then you're able to use the amp you very much, and that actually lets you take another prize card if you knock out the opponent. So if you're adding more damage to that, more chance of you taking that extra prize. And winning the match, taking all your prizes before the opponent can. Okay, Meditite, nothing to talk about there. I'm not gonna go through every single Pokemon in this set because we've already seen all of them, honestly. Okay, yeah. Melmetal, it's the evolved form of Melton. Nothing there. Oh yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, you're busy. Yeah, I get it, man. Just hold on. Just keep holding on there. I know you'll get through it. Oh yeah. It's fun. Yeah, I found her at Kohl's like 1 year ago. 1 or 2. Yeah, 1 year ago. And it was like during their clearance. So this is actually like from their Christmas stuff, but then it was like what, middle of January or the end of January. They still haven't sold any of their Christmas stuff. It still had a ton of winter holiday stuff at their clearance. And she was like just there. I was like, oh my goodness, you know what? I got a bunch of Christmas money. Let's get something cool. I need this for my room. Because I love foxes. They're one of my favorite animals. And yeah, she's ginormous. Just watching from the back. Oh my goodness. Okay, I know a person who got there's a dinosaur that they had this last Christmas, and person got that and the fox. And then one time one of my classmates and I, we went to Kohl's, and yeah, we saw the dinosaur there. She's really into dinosaurs. They're like thinking, okay, you could check the Kohl's near you. And then we're like planning out like how could we get this dino before it leaves clearance. But unfortunately it wasn't there anymore the next time we were there, so no. I'm sure there's going to be another time for a giant dinosaur or something crazy like that. Oh, how big is the dinosaur, or how big is the fox? Yeah, man. Yeah. It's cool to still have I have like a stuffed Bulbasaur. I have one of those Bulbasaur plushies on my car because it's one of those like generic, cars that you see every day, but then, not all of them have, like Pokemon stuff on them. I'm not gonna say what kind of car I have, though. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I still have like a ton of Pokemon plushies up there. I used to have a whole set of the Kalos starters, but then I can't find the Froakie. I don't know what happened to it. I think it may have been sold at a garage sale, honestly. So it's just the Chespin, the Fennekin, and then a ton of the other like life-sized ones. Pikachu one I got from like V-Stock when they used to have like Japanese imported merchandise from anime and TV shows, and then yeah, I just have, I don't know, it's just my aesthetic. Cozy gamer. I guess I'm a cozy gamer who's also a musician and who also studies biology. Yeah. No. Yeah, please you should feel free to get one. Get a giant Pokemon plushie. Everyone needs a giant Pikachu in their life, Okay, yeah, how big is the fox? She's about, I think, at least 4 feet. I think 4 feet. I can't remember how big it was because they removed the tag on. Like, she had like a tag on her. There's still like the plastic thing that holds a tag, but there was no tag on her other than the one that said clearance. And yeah, I think it was like 4 foot or something like that. Generic car. It's not that one that you guessed. Well, it may be a Nissan. There. Thank you. Yeah, she's really cool. I like the scarf. Alright, I love foxes. I'm gonna be talking about foxes the whole evening if I don't stop myself. Okay. Melmetal, Iron Treads, another shiny, cool chrome Pokemon. Again, steel Pokemon when they do foils of steel type Pokemon. Very nice, very shiny and like high tech looking. Oh, you have a Pikachu from Build-A-Bear. Very nice. Yeah, I know, right? Foxes are like dogs, or they're like wolves with cat software. They run on cat software. They don't bark, they don't meow, they just make noise. They're very interesting. They're like their color scheme, perfect color scheme, and then they just look very like handsome and cute. Alrighty, some Koraidon. I remember trying to run a Koraidon deck at the pre-release of this set, and man, it did not go well because I couldn't find any ancient Pokemon to put on my bench. I always had like 2 of them on there, so I was only doing like 60 damage with that top attack there. It's supposed to be 30 times the amount of ancient Pokemon you have to play, but never did that. Never really did it well. I know, right? Orange and white all the way. And then they have like little boots too, like the dark chocolate covered paws. Such an interesting color scheme foxes have. Alright, Miraidon. This one actually, you could use it in decks because it attaches energy to 2 future Pokemon. Very nifty. You could also use it your first turn if you're going second, so very cool. Very cool in that front. Oh, nice. Alright, Miraidon EX. I've never heard anyone using this Miraidon actually. I need to do more research on cards. Okay, Lickitung. Does anyone want to see a Lickitung? This is what this Pokemon looks like. I don't know if it's supposed to be a mammal or a reptile. I don't know. It's a furry chameleon, it looks like. One of the originals. It's one of the 151. Very interesting Pokemon, honestly. Alrighty, a ton of them. Ton of Lickitung. And there's its, oh my goodness. There's its evolution. There's its evolution. Licky. This thing, it's like one of the only normal Pokemon that could learn Explosion, so it got the same type attack bonus in the game. So 250, you add another like 125 to that when it uses Explosion. Oh my goodness. Oh, you need to learn how to play. Yeah, actually, if you'd like one of these streams, I'd be happy to do like a tutorial on how to play the Pokemon TCG. Oh yes, it's really fun. It's not as like in Yu-Gi-Oh! And in Magic, you're able to like counter. There's things that you're able to do during the opponent's turn. It's very strict in its turn-based system, where it's strict where it's your turn then the opponent's turn. There's abilities that you could mess with the opponent, but other than that, it's basically doing chess, but you basically play a game of chess on your turn, and then you make one move, and then the other person tries to out-strategize you in their allotted turn. They can't do anything during your turn, really, but it's like they're going to play a chess game with themselves, and then they move once and attack you. And then depending on how well they strategize that, it might, they get to their prize cards faster, and they take all 6 and then they win the match. Yeah. I'll do more of those tutorial streams. I have some decks that I want to actually try out again, because I've been getting really bad hands when I take these decks that I make just sometimes off the top of my head, or I've played the decks on the online app. There's a Pokemon TCG app that's free to like play, and then you could also learn through that too. But the decks that do well on the app usually don't do well in real life, and vice versa. And I'm learning that the hard way, because for some reason, when I use this same deck, I'll change a few cards, because some of them actually cost a lot of money in real life. I'll change a few cards, but then it's basically the same idea. It does really bad when I take it to the local card store and they have a tournament, and I don't get a good hand. But in the game, I get like a 2 win streak or 3 win streak, 4 win streak if I'm feeling feisty and I want to, take the prize cards faster or just play really aggressively. But Yeah, unfortunately, some of the cards that are online, I like using the top decks online. I just don't like building them in real life because some of those cards cost money, a lot of money. Or you can't find them in a local area because everyone else is trying to build the same deck too. Oh, nice. Sweet, yeah. The app, yeah, it's free to... There should be like a tutorial in there too, but I'd be happy to do a live tutorial again in the future. Stuff like that. Maybe on Monday I might be able to do like a very long video on playing a deck. I'll share my my username on there. It's the same as my Twitch on Pokemon TCG. There's a way to send like a friend request. I'll just add that right now. It's the same as my Twitch name, so if anyone would like to, please reach out and add me on there. Let's type that right now. There we go. Okay, licky licky, hoot hoot, bunch of hoot hoot. Hoot hoot. Some of these cards will go into my actual bulk that I'll sell at one point, I think. Ah! Fell off. Look at that. I need to make these piles smaller by probably moving them on the floor. Because we're not only playing 52 pickup, we're not only playing 100 card pickup, we'll be playing 200 card pickup because there's another pile that's about the same height. And yeah, I'm shaking them because I'm getting excited at some of these cards. And yeah, I don't want this whole thing toppling, and I'll have to spend the rest of the stream picking them up. Oh, how did I get my username? Well, I made it back in like 2018, and I was like a silly middle schooler who was just going into like high school and stuff. And then I thought like, oh, the phrase like getting bread was really cool, and I wanted to like make money on the internet, like doing content creation. And I was like, okay, I'll make that my username because I want to be the one who gets bread. And I didn't realize it was an innuendo until like last year. So, but all my stuff, it's called that. I have, and now I regret 2018 me back in 2018 using this username. I can't change everything now because I'll literally change all the other stuff. But at the time I didn't see it, and so yeah, that's the story behind that. Yeah. I need to make a new channel name. I didn't mean it back then. Like I was dumb when I was in. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's good advice right there. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, Dunsparce and the Dunsparce. Okay, when we do a tutorial on like how to play the game, we'll see me talking about like draw engines and stuff. This thing is probably one of the best draw engines right now in the game, other than the ones that actually let you search for a specific card. This one, it's much better than B-Barrel in my opinion, because the Dunsparce actually goes back into your deck, so you can't technically deck out if you're using the Dunsparce as your draw. What you do is you put this thing on the bench, or you put in the active, because the Dunsparce, its previous evolution is your regular Dunsparce. What they did in Scarlet and Violet, they're hyping it up. Everyone's hyping it up throughout the years since Dunsparce was released in the Johto games in the early 2000s. We need this cool evolution for it. We need it like part dragon type or something like that. And what happened is someone designed an evolution for Dunsparce, and they just like basically copied and pasted another Dunsparce at the end of it. And so now that's why we have the Dunsparce. The Dunsparce's ability is you draw 3 cards, and the Dunsparce goes back into the deck. So you have to go find it again. But it's very easy to find it, so it's a very nice draw engine. More about draw engines when we actually play the thing. Oh yeah, you're serious. Oh yeah. Thank you so much again for that advice. Don't worry, I won't be changing it. I don't have any plans right now to change it at all. Yeah, thank you. I really do appreciate it. Alright, that's done sparse. I should probably separate this because I might be using the decks. Okay, Skitty, another cute Pokemon. Unfortunately, there hasn't been a playable Skitty, but we need playable cards of these cute Pokemon. I don't want all of my cute Skitty to just be bulk. I want them to actually be in a deck. Same thing with the Delcatty, it's evolution. Another cute Pokemon, they just won't ever make a playable card of it. They need to make playable cards of some of these Pokemon because they're fans of them, you know? Mudbray again. Oh my goodness. Mudbray is cute. It's this donkey ground type Pokemon. There's Chatot in here. This is actually pretty cool. People are starting to use Chatot because you get to put 3 basic from your deck onto your bench using that first attack. So some people are using Chatot, which is very nice. In the DS era, in Gen 4, you could record any sound and use it as the Chatot's attack. So you can record like you playing an instrument. Like if you get your trumpet out and you blast a random note at your DS and you're trying to record a sound for Chatot, depending on how loud the sound is, that will determine how strong its signature attack would be. So people are just screaming to their DSs, and then, you know, that made that attack much more powerful. But of course, you can't use it online. You know, when they had the competitive play back then in the DS era in Gen 4, you can't use chatter because, you know, some people just take advantage of that and unfortunately will say hateful things or yell hateful things. And then, you know, there's a whole fiasco with that. But yeah, if you had the Chatot in the Gen 4 games, you would be able to record any sound basically, and then if you have a very loud sound, that meant higher damage when you use its signature attack in the game. Oh nice, a DS Lite. I actually have one too. I haven't charged it, so I also can't remember what game I had in there last, so I need to go find it. We'll play some old vintage Pokemon games sometime. I need to bust out Pokemon Black 2. I love Pokemon Black 2. It's so much fun. You know the tournament in there? It has all the old gym leaders. I'll get another pile and probably move these off since we're finished with them. I'm gonna have fun moving these downstairs again. Brought them using a trolley, but then they all spilled in the they all spilled in this tote. So it looks like I'm gonna have to do that again. Hopefully they don't spill as much this time. But sorry, I'm gonna get in front of the camera. Put them around here. There's gonna be piles of cards everywhere now. Okay, I'll get through this pile. We're still in the same set. This is still all like Temporal Forces. The most recent set is Twilight Masquerade, which we'll be getting to soon once we finish the Temporal Forces. But you know what? We're making progress. This is really interesting seeing what's in this bulk. Okay. Ooh, Pokemon Diamond and Emerald. Oh, those are really good ones. Emerald. Now that's an interesting. I haven't played through all of Emerald. I had it on one of my I can't remember. I know I played it once though. I haven't played through all of it. I know I tried it at least. Oh, you blew out your mic playing Nintendogs by barking. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's possible to do that. You know, in this games back then, yeah, like, oh, record a sound, and then even like the 3DS camera, there's like a 3DS audio lab or something like that. I forgot what it was. It came with the 3DS. Then you just edit sounds on there. Someone probably like messed around the bass and they didn't know what they were doing, because, you know, like, I know if I did that, I wouldn't know what bass is and, you know, all these things about like decibels and all that when I was a kid. Yeah, they probably blew out their speaker. I would have probably blown out my speaker too. We've all almost blown out speakers once in our life. I was just editing this orchestration of a piece earlier, and I wanted this like very loud like chord in it, and I almost blew out the speakers on my laptop working on the music software. I could tell it was already like making that crackling like cutting sound, like if the sound, the threshold or whatever is too high. I was like, oh shoot, what am I doing? Oh yeah, Game Boy Advance, yeah. My bad, yeah. The Emerald is Game Boy Advance, Diamond is DS. Oh man. I remember one of my friends from marching band. Well, I wasn't ever in marching band, but he joined marching band. And we were talking about the marching band show. They do like a show each year, and then the ones that I remember them doing in high school was like the most random stuff ever. Like one year it was about the elements, like earth, wind, fire, and air. It wasn't Avatar. Now of course they wouldn't have done Avatar. But it was like elements, and then they did like this thing about time, like continuum. So it's like about the concept of infinity, or like a Mobius strip, like what they had in Avengers Endgame to go back in time, a Mobius strip. And then he was messing around with a recording of the marching band show. He bass boosted that thing like to the max, and then he played it on the bus, blew out his speaker in front. Blew out his speaker right there. Wouldn't work anymore. Got a nice Bluetooth speaker, hooked it up to his phone. Thought it was a good idea to, let's bass boost this thing. It already has a lot of bass in it because of all the sousaphones and all the types of instruments that are very punchy, and they have all those like lower frequencies in marching band, especially from the brass section. They just play them fortissimo. And yeah, it blew out his speaker. It was a nice Bluetooth speaker too. He blew it out right in front of us. Yeah, I know. Oh man. Right, there is a noteworthy card in this pile here. The Cincino. This thing, you just attach a bunch of special energy to it using Lugia V-Star to call back an Archeops. And then you just attach a bunch of special energy that does 70 times each special energy attached to the Pokemon. Actually, each energy card. My bad. Energy card. So, you use this thing. It does. If you get 3 of those special energy cards attached to it, you're doing 210. If you get 4, you're doing 280. That's just this multiplication of 70. But point is, most things are going to be killed if you have 3 energy on there. Most things are going to be killed because they're already going to take some damage from previous. And if you're getting the energy out of your deck and you're able to just instantly turbo it onto here, yeah, you attach 4 energies to this thing, do 280, you attach a 5th one, 350, it's going to wipe out a ton of things. Most things, actually, in the meta will be knocked out by 350. Only downside is this thing has 110, and again, the special energy, you can't really put them back into your deck in any way other than like a very niche supporter card, and that thing is by a coin flip. So yeah, you need to like somehow make a strategy to preserve the special energy and not also deck yourself out. When I've played this, I've put like 7 special energy on one of these things. It got knocked out. Now I don't have any more special energy, so you kind of have to do this risk reward thing. That's our JBL has low frequency protection. Yeah. yeah. Oh man. Okay, Iron Jagulus. Nothing worth it. It's just a robotic 3-headed dark evil Hydra dragon Pokemon from the future. It's a cool concept. I love Hydreigon. This is like the futuristic version of it, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. It looks like a ton of these are Hydreigon. Future Hydreigon. Alrighty. Now we got into the item cards. This is a Pokemon tool. This is for those ancient decks. You attach this to an ancient Pokemon, they're able to get more HP. They can't be affected by special conditions. If you attach this to something like Brute Bonnet, you're able to poison both active Pokemon. You could just ping them by adding that 10 damage in between each turn by using it. Very nice. You get to play with, I see like 10 of them. Very cool. More items. I've been running out of items actually, so thank goodness. I'm so grateful for them actually keeping the trainer cards in there. I could play around with more decks. Okay, there was one foil in here I accidentally glossed over, I think. Oh well, I'm not going through every single card. I'm not doing that. Okay. More trainer cards. Bianca's Devotion. You just heal damage from one of your Pokemon that has 30 HP or less remaining. Boxed Order, it's just item search again. These aren't probably going to be played in many Okay, Cypher Maniac's code breaking. So there's that Reuniclus card that you have to get the top 8 cards of your deck, find any Pokemon there. It doesn't matter if you don't have the evolution yet. Just put those Pokemon onto your bench from those top 8 cards. This will let you check the order of the cards or put 2 of them that you want on top of your deck so you can draw into them next turn. Very interesting card to play. I usually run like a copy of them in certain decks just so I could, use something very sneaky next turn, like, something that will bring back a Pokemon from the discard, or I like to put an Iono there so I get to mess with their hand. Very nice. I got a ton of those. Eerie. Okay, this card is actually called Evil by a ton of people on Twitter because you get to just discard 2 item cards from the opponent's hand. You get rid of a rare candy, you get rid of a Pokemon search like a Pokemon Ball, you get rid of a Super Rod, and it's not a fun day. You get rid of their Ace-Spec, those unlucky stamps that force you to shuffle your hand into your deck, and then if they play it against you, you only draw 2 cards. However, the opponent draws 5 when they play Unfair Stamp. They have it in their hand, they haven't used it yet, eerie it away. Get rid of their Buddy Poffin too while you're at it. Okay. That's enough about that. Explorer's Guidance, it's just looking at the top 6, and then you discard 4. You put 2 of them into your hand. Again, Ancient Box, very nice in that deck. Alrighty. Full Metal Lab, again, more Steel-type Pokemon. More Steel-type Pokemon decks will use Full Metal Lab. Very nice. I love the Steel-type Pokemon. They're so shiny. They're so freaking, futuristic. I love them. Okay, a ton of those. A ton of labs. It looks like Future Booster Energy Capsule. This just gets rid of Retreat and it adds 20 damage. Again, Iron Hands DX. We'll talk about that Iron Hands thing. We actually play the TCG app again, which will be very soon. Probably even tomorrow morning or something like that. I don't know. We'll get to it very soon. Maybe on Monday we'll just do TCG app the whole time. I'll try to put it on my laptop, so then we're not looking at, you know how it's like in portrait mode the whole time? I think on the laptop it's in landscape mode the whole time, so I'll try to put it on my laptop and we'll play it on there. Just more, it's just foils and other bulk stuff. Mudsdale, it's the evolution of that donkey, that ground type donkey Pokemon from earlier. This weird coal Pokemon that has one eye on one side and the other. It has like this wheel thing that it rides on. Some really weird Pokemon from Gen 8 when they went to the UK in their game. Pikachu, we have some Pikachu cards. I actually didn't have this one yet, so very nice. It's cute. I like the art on this one. It has a very round head, very friend-shaped. Okay. Let's put this there. Oh, sweet! You just sent me a request. Thank you. I'll go and accept it once I'm finished with this stream. I'm using the phone that I have it on, actually, as my camera for this. Thank you so much. I'll add you back. Thank you. All right, more Pikachu. A ton of Pikachu. Where's the pile of stuff I already want? Let me make a new one. Okay, now Raichu. Raichu. This is a card that I almost killed my whole deck with in the app, because its first attack, it does 50 damage to every Pokemon that has damage counters on it. I had some on my bench that had damage counters, and I used this attack, and it would have wiped them out. So I had to watch this Raichu to figure out how to use it. So I did not got my Pokemon. 10 of them. Not Electra. It's not a Marvel superhero, but I think Electabuzz should be a Marvel superhero, honestly. This is that one in the show that had like this really funny voice. It sounded like that. Look up Electabuzz cry in the Pokemon anime. It's hilarious. It sounds like that. We also have its evolution in here, actually. We have one of each of these. Okay. Here's Electivire. I loved Electivire. I used one on Pokemon Black 2. I had a shiny one that I put into my game. It could have learned fire type attacks, which is interesting, even though Magmortar is the counterpart of it and it's a fire type. No, Electivire could also use those fire type attacks. There's Charge-a-Bug. There's a deck that people try to run. It's 70 times the amount of Charge-a-Bug on your bench. It involves its evolution, which I'll get to in a bit. Let me just skip through all these ones that we need to talk about. Yeah, this thing. Oh, 80 more damage on top of the 120. That's why people are trying to use this thing, and I understand. I'll try to use it too if I'm able to find a way how to actually like read up on how to use the deck, because I feel like I'm gonna get like 2 of the Charge-a-Bug on my bench, and then that's gonna be it. It's only going to be the Vikavolt. Its evolution. More Zeraora. Arrived, more Reuniclus. Screamtail. We talked about Screamtail. This is basically Vampire Jigglypuff. An image of this leaked online maybe several months before the game actually came out and was released officially. So whoever leaked the original image, you guys found like gold at the end of the rainbow, basically. You got that prediction correct. Everyone thought it was fake because it looks like someone just like photoshopped fangs onto a Jigglypuff. No, that's what it looks like. That's an ancient version of Jigglypuff. We have more Iron Valiant, and then we also have Fluttermane. This is one of the Pokemon you just leave in the active spot because of its ability. It takes away all the other abilities that are in play. So if you put this in front and you just have something that could actually attack from the bench, like Alakazam EX, then that's a very effective way of stalling, and it's still attacking and making your opponent mad that they can't use any abilities. Oh, alrighty. Thank you so much for tuning in, Benny. Appreciate you being here. Alright, see you. Have a good night. Take care. Alright, Iron Valiant. 10 of these. Other version of Iron Valiant. I need to go fast here because it's almost midnight. Thank you so much again. Take care, man. Have a good one. More Iron Valiant. I already showed that one. Okay, next pile. I need to go faster. I didn't realize it was almost midnight. Because I'm going to be here until like 2 a.m. if I go through all these cards individually. And I have to go through only the ones that I want to really, really discuss. Alrighty. One more. Or not one more, probably so a ton more. Okay, I'm just going to go through these. We've talked about Shiftry. It's a bunch of foil C-Dot. Nothing. Shiftry again. Sawsbuck. Sawsbuck made a return. It's the autumn version. We'll just look at cool art, I guess, of these cards. Okay, yeah, nothing really big in this one. I'm just gonna sort out the foils while we're in here. Shermish. Shermish is a cool Pokemon. I like the artwork. It has these cool, funky mushrooms on it. Breloom, the evolution of Shermish. Scyther. Scyther is such a cool Pokemon. I love Scyther. Scyther has a very high charisma stat, I'd say. It's a very cool, powerful looking Pokemon. I like Scyther. Okay, Pineco, weird Pokemon. Bagworm, it's a Bagworm Pokemon. They actually have the Wormadam and Burmy. Those are also Bagworms. They really like Bagworms. Alrighty, 10 of those. C-Dot, is this one of the... Oh yeah, this is one of those artwork Pokemon cards that it's like made out of yarn. This artist does really cool stuff with her work. With his or her work, or their work. I forgot. I looked it up one time. Some of these artists. But yeah, that's a person known for doing like the knitted Pokemon, basically. They're made out of yarn. Okay. Nuzleaf. There. Shifty! Well, Shifty! Deerling. We talked about Deerling. We talked about Sawsbuck too. Didn't talk about the artwork. Here's what that looks like quickly. Alrighty. Ton of Sawsbuck. Grubbin. One foil Grubbin. Delmise. This is that weird hunted anchor Pokemon. Spooky kind of stuff going on with Delmise. Alright, these are foils. I'm on the foil pile. This foil pile looks like it's going to fall too. I'm scared of that happening. Nuzleaf, Breloom. Roselia foils. Okay. Alrighty. Our foil pile is getting big, so I'm going to split it up into two. Alrighty, next pile of cards. We're almost done with Temporal Forces. And we start moving in onto Twilight Masquerade, which is the most recent set. Actually, let me just pull the Temporal Forces that we have right now. I think all of these are temporal. This is Temporal Forces 2. It's Twilight. Halfway through, these are. Okay, it's Twilight already. These are temporal. Wait, actually, half of these are. Okay. The rest of them are Twilight Masquerade. Okay, here's the rest of the Temporal Forces. Before I drop all these cards, I have to pick them all up. Okay, there we go. Alright, this file has more item cards, and these are so useful in every single deck. They're all being used. I think you already saw what they are. Buddy Poffin! We have a whole handful of them. Very nice to see so many of them. Oh my goodness. We can build so many decks now. We have so many Buddy Poffin. They're so useful in decks because you're able to put 2 Pokemon with 70 HP or less. They have to be basics, of course, onto your bench. And they are just really, really useful. Beats the Nest Ball by a mile. So I only have 4 Nest Balls. So you still need to carry a Nest Ball because some, basics are also EXs. They won't have 70 HP or less, so Nest Balls are so good, but for like just regular, Charmander or Pidgey or Dreepy or anything like that has 60 HP, 70 HP, Buddy Poffin is your best get. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 Buddy Poffin. Oh my goodness. They look delicious. Look at that. It's like a buffet. We went to a Buddy Poffin buffet with this. Thank you so much to the seller of this auction for including all these Buddy Poffin. I'm going to actually put them separate in a pile so I can start using them in decks. Alright, we also have Future Booster Energy Capsule. We kind of talked to those already. Hand Trimmer. Okay, so if you're playing one of those decks that's just one basic Pokemon, and then you get a mulligan of like 15 or so, and the opponent draws all the 15 cards, hand trim him. They'll discard all of them except for 5, so if you're going to play that route, you best use a tool that'll actually help you out in that type of deck. Single Mimikyu, and then so many other items, you need to have some hand trimmers on there. Yuri also, or some other annoying cards. Oh, how about hammers? Crushing hammers, that's what you also need to. Okay, Heavy Baton. This is attached to an Iron Hands because you need something that has 4 retreat, and then you move 3 energy when it's knocked out to your other Pokemon. Morty's Conviction. If they had the regular, not the regular, but if they had the alternate art Morty's Conviction in here, that would be hitting gold, because this thing, it's his alternate art has Gengar in it, and it looks super epic in it. And yeah, the price on TCG Player is insane for it. This is interesting. You draw a card for each of your opponent's bench, so you get to draw 5 if you're able to get that high on the bench. Your opponent puts all of them down. 10 of those. Poison Jungle. This is the card I was talking about earlier. During Pokemon Checkup, you put 2 more damage counters on anything that isn't a dark type. 10 of those. So I'm just going to skip through until we get to something new. Rescue Board. You put this on like Lost Zone while you're still playing Lost Zone, or you put it on a Dragapult so it has free retreat. It basically gets rid of 1 retreat on anything, and then if it's a basic, it gets free retreat. Oh wait, HP is 30 or less, it has no retreat cost. My bad, I misread the card. Okay, now we have Salvatore. he's a teacher at in the school or the college, whatever the college thing that the game takes place in. Scarlet and Violet. He's a teacher. You search your card for a deck that has no abilities and evolves. You put onto that Pokemon, and you could use You could use Salvatore on a card that just came into play. So it's kind of like an Evo Soda or whatever those things are. Evo Soda or Evolution Incense, but you get to do it that turn. But unfortunately, it's a supporter. You can't do it more than once. Mist Energy. This gets rid of effects from attacks. So another nice special energy. Probably for our Cincino deck. It uses special energy cards. Ton of those there. Just need a Lugia V-Star. That's what I need. Chat time, we already talked about. P-Dove, nothing there. It could just evolve straight into an Unpheasant. That's basically what P-Dove does in this set. Tranquil, Unpheasant. Nothing to talk about there. Cino, we talked about it in its evolution already. Okay, that was a speed round. Alright, now we go into fire type Pokemon. It looks like here's a ton of Magcargo and a Victini. Magcargo EX looks like a deck I might try out in the future. And then, did you know that Magcargo in the Pokédex, it's hotter than the surface of the sun? That makes me believe that some of those things are actually like, they're exaggerated. They're selling snake oil over there in the Pokédex Writers booth. I think they're telling us fibs. Here's a Victini, a cute Pokemon. This is the first, Pokemon movie I went to see. And I still have the giant Victini card somewhere. It's so cute. I think they even had, giant Victini plush one time when I got the Pikachu one I was talking about earlier. They may have had Victini there too. I just didn't know at the time. Would have gotten a Victini one if there was a Pikachu, but oh well. Victini and Pikachu are cute. Okay, Heatmore. It's cool artwork. I'll give it that. Look at that thing. Flaming Anteater. Okay, that's that one. More Heatmore, it looks like. That's funny. More Heatmore. Litten is a cute Pokemon too. I love it. I love Incineroar too as well. Incineroar is like this giant, muscular, wrestling tiger, but it's not a fighting type. It's a fire dart type. It has Intimidate. What else does it do in VGC? Again, it's very overpowered in VGC. Very nice Pokemon. Okay, Litten, Torracat. Torracat is also there. And then we have, oh yay, we have one copy of Incineroar EX now. Very cool. Rawr. Tony the Tiger in the Pokemon world being Incineroar. Turtonator. Weird turtle thing from Alola. The Flaming Blastoise, basically. There. Alrighty, let's see what we have. Sizzlepede. Oh man, Centiskorch. There's a Centiskorch deck where you could discard 19 of the opponent's cards. It was insane. They should make a card like that again. I double dog there too. I need another mill deck to play around with. Those are 4 ones. Okay, we have some Gouging Fire. Oh, 2 of them. Very cool. Gouging Fire. This is like the, ancient version of Entei. Entei is very, giant, powerful, flaming, I don't know, tiger. I don't know what it is. Entei. It's called one of the legendary dogs, but, Suicune and the others, they don't really look like dogs. They're more like legendary beasts, in my opinion. So one of them is a saber-toothed cat. I don't know what the heck Suicune is, honestly. And then Entei is like this, I don't know, bear, tiger, wolf thing. I don't know, honestly. It looks so cool, Gouging Fire does. Look at that. Entei's cool. Entei's a real one. Alrighty. Totodile. Delmise, we talked about that. Bramblin. We're gonna talk about Bramblin. This is that this is that tumbleweed looking critter. It's actually a ghost type. It has this very interesting ability, Resilient Soul. Out here in the Wild West, that ability lets us have 50 plus HP for each prize card your opponent has taken. And then you have Powerful Needles times 80, times the amount of special, or no, just regular energy. My bad, folks. It's out here in the West. Sometimes the tumbleweeds are kind of confusing. They're kind of spooky, like the bramble-ghast. Okay. That bit is finished. I have a ton of them. Make a deck of bramble-ghast deck. It's funny because you could get to like 200, 300 HP with it. I like that. I like those fun decks. Like you do shenanigans like that. But the tumbleweed bit is over. I'm finished doing it. It was funny. It was kind of funny. Or is it funny that I think it was funny? I don't know. I should do stand up. Okay, Reller, Rabsca. This is a good Pokemon to prevent damage counters, and actual damage. So very interesting. Just at 70 HP, people carry one Rabsca and one Reller in their deck nowadays because of the pesky Dragapult that places 6 damage counters onto their bench. Okay, finish your into about that. We have Ponyta and Rapidash. Oh, this is a cool art. I like how watercolored it looks like. Kind of reminds me of a Ninetales artwork. There's the Rapidash. Oh man, I'm getting winded. I'm just kidding. Sligma's pretty cute. I like Sligma. There's Rapidash. Didn't show that one yet. Okay. Did we go through all of them? I can't remember if I did or not. Let's see. Oh no, we haven't. Meditite. We talked about Meditite already. Metachan. We talked about Metachan. Okay, we have. We just did talk about Metachan. Okay. Okay. Is that all the... Yeah, I think that's all of them. That's all Temporal Forces. So now Twilight Masquerade. Let's talk about Twilight Masquerade now. Keeping those there. I'll get the Twilight Masquerade stuff. We're almost done. Some of these are already sorted because I went through them looking for a specific card, and I found only one copy out of all the bulk. Okay. Slurpuff, Venipede, Chi-Yu. Nothing here. Lucky Helmet. This is a good tool card. Lets you draw 2. It's actually a reprint, honestly. Okay. Slurpuff. Let me see if any of these are... I guess those are just the basic ones. We could talk about the evolutions, but... Oh, another Mightyena. I didn't know they printed Mightyena back to back. Very cool. There's an Emolga that does 10 to each bench Pokemon. Kind of interesting. Oh, we have another doggo. A fire doggo this time is sitting in Growlithe. Look at that. So cute. These ones aren't sorted by card number. Ariados. This one plays like a stage 1. It's a stage 1. Why did I say that? It plays like a single prize Spidops EX, basically. Accompanying Flute. Very cool. Very fun to mess with the opponent whenever you can play basics that they don't want and it clogs up their bench. Haha. Dreepy. Dreepy's one of the ones that people use in decks because of Dragapults. Diplin. Not that Diplin, no, the other Diplin. Froakie. There's a Greninja EX deck that I can build now because I have another copy of Froakie. Yay! This is by the person who sculpts them out of clay. It looks like, I think, the same artist. Very cool. Okay. Carmine. There's Carmine. Some of these are kind of spoilers if you haven't played through the DLC. That's a foil. Lana's Approach. Maybe I should be talking about the trick cards. Let me see if any of these are. Lana's Aid basically acts as a Super Rod. Instead of the deck, you're putting it into your hand. Carmine, you're able to use it on your first turn. Usually you can't use supporters on your first turn, but you can with Carmine. You could discard your hand and draw 5, get a new hand. Yeah, that's all the ones so far. Here's the Sunflower that it was actually made just to mess with Charizard decks, because that first attack there that does 60 damage for each fire energy attached to all your opponent's Pokemon, and then it also hits for weakness. So goodbye, Charizard EX. Morphroki. There's a Belly Bolt. That's a cute Pokemon, Belly Bolt. You know what? Let's just go speed round through all these, because I think I've shown some of these cards. We've talked about them before. Okay, there's nothing else that I'm seeing. There's an Applin, it's just not the grass Applin. Some of these Pokemon do have this ability, again, the Festival Lead ability, which lets them use an attack twice if Festival Grounds are in play. If that stadium's in play, you get to use this Swirlix's attack twice. That's a new archetype they had in this set. This is a Perrin. This is Perrin card. And you basically reveal 2 Pokemon in your hand, shuffle them back, and look for 2 Pokemon. Grookey, that's a card that people are using, huh? Oh, I'm getting sleepy. Grookey is a part of the Festival Lead deck again, because you could search for any card using its evolution if you have something that has Festival Lead in the front of your party. Or I should say in the active spot. Conkeldurr is an interesting one too. You're able to do just a ton of damage. You're able to do 250 and ignore the energy cost if you have a special condition affecting the Conkeldurr. Lana's 8 again. That's very nice. We got another copy of that. Okay. Clefairy, Poltergeist. Ah, there's the Shinx. This Clefairy, okay, these are cute cards. I'm going to show the artwork. There's the Clefairy, and then there's the Shinx. Very cute. Very cute and wholesome. Alright, Poltergeist. This is a Pokemon. It's based off of like matcha tea, and it sprinkles matcha powder on you, and then you just get like cursed, or you get like weird illnesses. That's the lore about this little Pokemon right here. Varoom. Diplin, here's the Pokemon I was talking about earlier. Do the wave, so it does 20 damage times the amount of bench Pokemon you have. You could attack twice if you have Festival Grounds, so you could do 200 damage to the opponent. I'm going to keep that around right here, and cards that you could use in decks. Let's pick up a few of these so I can go through them. Okay, Dreepy again, a foiled Dreepy, very nice. Abra. Yeah, Kadabra is back again in the TCG. There's like this whole legal issue with it. And now we have Abra and Kadabra cards again. We had our first one since the legal issue happened in 151. And there's a new Kadabra card in this set too. Hopefully we'll pull it. Applin, you can use that in a deck. Zapdos, can't use in a deck unfortunately. Iron Bundle. Oh, here's Festival Grounds. This is a stadium that you would use. Here's the stadium. Another copy of it, so 2 back-to-back. Very cool. Zapdos. Oh, I don't see anything else in there. Okay. Wait, that Zapdos one is separated. It's a foil. Alright. Feeling good about this so far though. Frostlass, here's another Pokemon that you're using in decks. The Freezing Shroud ability, put a damage counter in between each turn to anything that has an ability. Yay! Minus the Frostlass, so you have 3 Frostlass on your bench and doing 3 damage counters each turn. Other things in here, let me see. Torkoal. Cool art though. Palafin. We talked about the Palafin different deck already. Oh my goodness. Okay. There's a Cook. Heal 70 damage from your active. Here's the Dracloak. The only copy of a Dracloak I was able to find out of all this bulk. Use Recon Directive. You look at the top 2 cards, you put one into your hand, the other one goes into the bottom of your deck. Only Dracloak. Dracloak is scarce. You can't find him anywhere. Lampent. Handheld Fan. This is a fun energy. You get to just move it to the bench Pokemon if your active Pokemon is attacked. Move energy. Take away their energy. Alright. More foils. A Chimchar foil. Girder, Venipede, Mightyena. Festival Grounds again. Our friend Festival Grounds. Swirlix. Foil Swirlix. Basic Metal Energy. Steel Energy. Whoops. It dropped the Steel Energy. Whoops. Okay, Vulpix. That's a cute. Oh. Gotta talk about this thing. Oh my goodness. Aw. Look how cute that is. Alrighty. Froakie again. Eevee. Cute Eevee. Eevee is always adorable. Let's be honest. Phantump. That's another cute Pokemon. A ghost type. Look up the lore on Phantump though. It's very scary. So its evolution, it traps evil people in the forest. Phantump are the spirits of like people who got lost in the forest. So there's like this weird like eerie circle if you think about it, like supplying like souls for Phantump and stuff like that. It's pretty dark of a theory, that's why I won't go into it as much. It's an interesting one. Cook, Aggron. This Aggron, it does 50 damage for each Pokemon that has a bench, or no, that has a damage counter on it on your bench or in play on your side. So it's like a single prizer Hisuian Zoroark, basically. Pinsir foil, Arcanine. I'm sorry. Sleepy. Arcanine, another fire doggo. Okay, so this one, you get to attack for free, and you do 120 if one of your Pokemon has damage counters on it. Very handy if you need to do 120 for no energy attached. Alrighty, these are kind of getting repeats now. Glaceon, there's another Diplin. Glaceon's a cute Pokemon. I like playing as Glaceon in Pokemon Unite. I need to play that game again. Here's the Glaceon. I need to play Pokemon Unite again. What am I doing? Okay. Foil. There's Okidogi. I don't like Okidogi, honestly. It's such a strange Pokemon. Zapdos. Cook. Iron Leaf. So this is like a futuristic version of Verzian. Applin. That's also foil Applin. So foils, Community Center. Brute Bonnet. Ah, here we go. Another card that's used in decks. This is Monkey Dory. So you attach some dark energy to it, then you move damage counters using its ability. There's Kadabra. There, Kadabra's back. Welcome back, Kadabra. Alright. Ogre's Mask, that's for Ogerpon. Don't have an Ogerpon EX, unfortunately. Need to get one. Okay, those are all finished. Arcanine, Grookey, Finizen, Cook. So many Cooks. Tatsugiri. Okay, Tatsugiri is a card that they use in decks. You look at the top 5 cards, I believe, and then you find a supporter using its ability, and then that's how you do it. You find supporters using Tatsugiri. That's foil. Rightford. You look at the top 5 cards, discard any cards you want, and then you put the rest of them in any order you'd like to. Applin. Nothing else here. Poliwrath. Scolipede. Okay, this is an interesting one. I've been trying to build a deck using it. And of course, Poison. Still not working though. I'll have to tinker it with it more. Because you get to put damage counters on the active until its HP is just 10. Bug catching set to help with grass type decks. There's Volbeat. Oh my goodness, a ton of these repeats, so I don't need to talk about them, which will save time. Alright. Hustle! One of the Elite Four in the game, Dragon type user. Was it an art teacher or something like that? If I remember the lore correctly. You look at the top 8 cards, you put 3 of them into your hand, and then you shuffle the other 5 back into the deck. We also have an Infernape. We talked about the Infernape earlier, too. Basic energy, boomerang energy, too. Water. It's water energy. Alrighty. Boomerang energy, if this special energy is discarded from an attack, you get to attach it back onto the Pokemon. Hence, boomerang. The choice weapon of Sokka in the Avatar series. Okay, Walking Wake. This is a past version of Suicune. The Walking Wake EX is used more in decks than this regular one is. Kieran! Kieran is the guy who won an Ogre Pond and then kind of mellowed out, but they kept making fun of him for being the ex-champion in the game, or something like that. I haven't brushed up on my lore. But he gets to switch your active Pokemon, or you could also do 30 damage to your opponent's EXs. So it's kind of a choice there, this or that. So repeats. Festival Grounds again. Getting a ton of Festival Grounds. Very nice. Okay. I've gone through everything now. Yeah, I think I've gone through everything on my desk right now, so I need to get the next pile if there is. Oh shoot, yeah, there's a ton more. Okay. We're almost getting to the end here. Ooh, gosh. Okay. More Twilight Masquerade. More bulk to sort through. Okay, Vulpix, a cute Vulpix again. Phantom, cute Pokemon again. Tetsukiri, Dipplin. Emolga, Fire Doggo, Growlithe. Oh man. Rillaboom, Lana's Aid. Chansey, Dracloak, second Dracloak, very nice. We did it. We found another Dracloak. I thought we were goners. Love Ball, so you can search for Pokemon that matches one of your opponent's Pokemon, put it into your hand, yeah. Very nice, especially since everyone's just playing the same deck, honestly. Alright, Chansey. Chansey foil, Faroon foil, Chandelure. I love Chandelure. They need to make a playable Chandelure. I don't know what they're doing about this Pokemon too. Look how cool it is. Tangrowth, Vanzidipity. Did I say that correctly? This Pokemon, whatever it is, one of the mythicals. The EX version of it will be much more useful in a deck. Still a cool Pokemon though, regardless. Leafeon, cute Leafeon. It's very watercolor. Has a very watercolor vibe to it. The artwork, I love that. I love watercolor. Okay, Zapdos, Ting-Lu. Ting-Lu, one of the 4 calamitous Pokemon, whatever they're called. Community Center. Parent again. Dipplin. More Dipplin. Yay. Pinsir, Fione. Boomerang, Rightfurt. Poochyena, Palisand. Timber. Ninetales. More Fox Pokemon. Alrighty. There we go. Cute Ninetales. Trevenant. Okay, here's the haunted, like, tree ghost Pokemon I was talking about. Love Ball. Scolipede. Darumaka Apom. Enhanced Hammer. That just discards a special energy from one of your Pokemon. From one of the opponent's Pokemon, I should say. Froakie again, Morpeko. Ogre's Mask again. Enhanced Hammer again. Tatsugiri, but a foil Tatsugiri this time. Right for it again. Trying to look for like cards that are, you know, I could talk about a bit. Girin. I think we covered all the item cards in this set. Unless there's like a crazy EX or something. Droopy. Bug catching set. Yay. More bug catching sets. More grass decks. We need to make grass decks good. Fire Doggo again. Oh, Lucian. This is one I haven't seen yet. Okay, Lucian. It says here each player shuffles their hand put at the bottom of their deck. Then you flip a coin. Ooh, so it's like Ino, but with more fun steps. If you get heads, that player draws 6 cards. If tails, they draw 3. Oh, man. So it's like an Ino, but you have a coin flip. Interesting. That might be fun. Ogre's Mask. Enhanced Hammer again. Love Ball. A lot of Love Balls. There's a Cook again. Caretaker. I'm just naming the trainer cards because those probably will be used. Lana's Aid. Shinx. Oh, that's a cute foil Shinx. Oh my goodness, so cute. Look at that. Love the pattern on it when it's in the light. See an Arcanine. There's a Thwacky. Oh, here. We haven't talked about Thwacky. There's its ability. You need the Festival Grounds up, and then you could search for any card in your deck. Lucky Helmet again. Very lucky. Kieran. Boomerang. Oh, it fell off. The boomerang energy fell off the desk. Didn't return. I had to go and pick it up. It's about to again. No, what is this? Needs to return. Monkey Dory. Another Monkey Dory. Very good. Festival Grounds. Layeron. Nothing else there. Bug catching set. I'm just going to go through these rapid fire. Cook. I don't like okie dokie. Jamming Tower. Okay, something I need to talk about. Yeah. Okay. Jamming Tower basically gets rid of the effects of Pokemon tools, both yours and your opponent's. Oh, here's our Ogerpon. Here's an Ogerpon card. Teal Mask Ogerpon. Very nice single prizer to have in the Ogerpon EX deck because of its Mountain Stroll and Ogre Comeback. Again, it's just your standard 20 plus each damage per benched Pokemon, and then Mountain Stroll, you just put 2 basic energy from your deck into your hand. Very nifty. Jamming Tower. Sinischa. We haven't talked about Sinischa. Curse Drop, put 4 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon, and then spilled. I almost said tree. Spill the tea. You discard up to 3 grass energy. That's 70 times the amount of energy discarded. So 210 for 1. Not bad. You have to be from your Pokemon, so that could be in a Ogerpon deck. Okay, that goes there. Dean. Carmine, Kilowattrel, Heatran. Heatran is an interesting Pokemon to use in any like Steel type deck that uses Dialga V-Star or the Metal Maker Metang that we were looking at earlier. Steel Burst, discard all metal energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 50 for each card you discarded in this way. Yay! Hassle again. Still have more. It's already in front of the camera. It's high enough to be blocking a little bit of the camera. The bottom screen there. Company and Flute, Boomerang. hassle. Okay. Need to organize these before they fall. I want all of them to fall. Okay, these are the trainer cards. Other trainer cards are somewhere else. I'm not gonna go look for them. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, more Twilight Masquerade coming up. Okay. Alrighty. I think my desk has a slant on it. That's why it's kind of acting weird. Okay, Iron Leaves, talked about. I think these are the ones I sorted out last time. Yeah, these are just ones I sorted out last time. Okay. Alrighty. Foils. More foils. Okay. These are actual bulk that I haven't gone through yet. More Revavroom. Crawdon, Corfish, Seaking, Goldeen, a ton of Goldeen. Oh wait, these are the ones I've gone through last time. That's why they're all organized. I was like, whoa, these are pretty neatly organized. Yeah, this is the pile from last time. Okay, just gonna move those there then. I already know what's in those, kind of, because I went through them earlier. Okay, this should be some new stuff, hopefully. I like 2 piles, let's just take both. Okay, almost for every single card. We're almost at the end here. Okay. Bulk sorting is so much fun. I need to go back here and do it again. To go through, like, and put all of the, them by the type they are and stuff. Which will be fun to do. Kill time. While I'm watching something or studying or something like that, Okay, these are all been sorted too. Is there? These are all sorted as well, except for this last part, which is just all Relicanth. Relicanth will let you use this ability where you get to use the previous evolution's attacks. So remember that for Alligator deck I was talking about? This is a card that I have in there. Because I get to use a free switching attack and then also something that won't let them retreat. So I can mess around with them more. Switch. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, here we go. Golett. So Golurk. Oh, these are temporal forces. Whoops, we forgot to do these. Rockruff. Another Doggo, a cube one. Lycanroc. Reminds me of a certain wolf-like character from a certain TV show. Kind of reminds me of the other form of Lycanroc, reminds me of them even more, the Midnight Lycanroc. Okay, yeah, these are now everything we've gone through. We've gone through it all, I think. Yeah, these, like, yeah, those are kind of... Alright, we did it! That's all of them, I think. All of this, and then some over there, foil stack of foils. All of it. Okay. Oh my goodness. Got through so many things. Whoa. I just gave like a 2-hour lecture on all the cards that we've seen. Man. Oh my goodness. Okay. So many. I'm gonna zoom out. There's even some still in like the like stacks that we've been through over here and stuff, but like I don't have any room to put them on my desk right now. I'm gonna zoom out. Just see all those things on my. I'm gonna take a picture of this because this is. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Okay, wait, hold up. Let me get it before I sort all these out and store them away. I need to get a picture of this because I'm not taking them all out like this again, spreading them out everywhere. Oh man. When am I done? Where is the camera? I can't even find the camera. There we go. Oh my goodness. All of these. Did it even go the correct orientation of landscape? I don't know if it did or not. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna also, move this around to see everything that's in there. Make sure I'm doing this correctly. I'll switch the camera first. Okay, this is what we've gone through tonight, this evening. All of those. That's what came in the mail. I want to say a big thank you again to the sellers of the auction that were doing these like bulk Pokemon auctions, cards, like the 2 most recent sets, because this was great. So many cards in here to use for decks and stuff, especially these things right here. Thank you so much for actually putting them and including them in the lot. Thank you so much. Alrighty, a ton of fun goodies. I'm so grateful. I'm gonna also give some of these to the neighbors because I know they like Pokemon too. Alrighty, yeah, that's everything. I think we got through it all. I'm gonna sit down. Alrighty, thank you so much everyone for tuning in. Oh, my hair got messed up there. Alright, thanks so much everyone for tuning in. Please do something nice for someone. Good night to all of you. Thank you so much to Tricky Time Tree and Benny the Bear Cat for joining me this evening as well. And yeah, now time to move all these back to where all my cards are. Move them and sort them. Alright, thanks so much everyone. Have a good, wonderful rest of the evening and weekend. And please do something nice for someone. Good night to everyone, and we love you. Take care.